We are back with some TRX yoga. We're still slowly being introduced to these straps and these different movements. I am excited to guide you through. First, let's start with these straps fully shortened. So these yellow tabs should be pulled all the way up. Hands are in those cradles, so not the handles, right below in those cradles. And then step back. You want those wrists to be in line with the hips. Spread those toes out nice and wide. Ground through your heels and get nice and tall, stacking your ears on top of your shoulders, which means you may be feeling like you're pushing your head back a bit. Those shoulders on top of those hips, which means you may have to slightly bend through those knees to feel nice and protected in the low back. And then ground those heels, press your palms actively into those cradles, zip up your pants and broaden through your collarbone. So open through your chest, press your shoulders out east to west, and then slide those shoulder blades down your back. So we're in an active mountain pose, active posture. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead by bringing them out to the side. Palms flip to face your front wall. And now those wrists are stacked in front of those shoulders so the straps aren't sagging. Good. So you may have to adjust your feet. Exhale, dive forward, reaching those fingertips towards your front wall. Tail reaches down and back towards that back wall. Palms are pressing in, lengthening through the arms. Inhale, slide those shoulder blades into your back pocket. Press those palms down. Lift your chest, half lift. Exhale, hinge forward, right? So we're not sinking into those straps. Pressing fingertips towards back wall, fingertips towards front wall, tail towards back wall. Beautiful. Let's come and rise up to that standing mountain posture. Nice and active. Reset. Shoulders down. Chest is expanded open. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Pressing fingertips to the front wall. Inhale, tuck those shoulder blades into those back pockets. Zip up your pants. Press your palms down. Exhale, fold. Beautiful. Return to mountain pose, standing posture. Stack everything you got, ears, shoulders, hips. One final time. Inhale, turn those palms, open those armpits, reach those shoulders tall. Exhale, fold. Pressing fingertips forward, driving that rib cage towards your thighs without sinking. It's active. Reach and extend. Half lift. Fold. Beautiful. Return to mountain. Press, 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 press. Awesome job. We're going to lift that left arm. Turn. Your straps are still fully shortened. And I would like you to take a slight step back so that you're leaning into your straps. I don't want you to be standing on top of them. I want you to be leaning into them, right? So pressing down into those cradles. Beautiful. Inhale, rise up off of those heels. Lift your right knee to the sky. Good. Now draw that heel underneath your knee. So now your thigh is parallel to the floor. We're going to go ahead and step that right foot through into a lunge. Arms come up overhead. Maybe that back knee drops. Maybe you drive that left heel active towards that back wall, opening up through the chest. Beautiful. I want you to drop that right hand to the back and reach that left hand up. Shoulders down, revolved crescent lunge. Chest is lifted, belly is in. Beautiful. Come back to your center. Pressing your palms into those cradles, you're going to lift that right knee up where you started. Beautiful. Keeping that right knee bent, you're going to hinge into an airplane. Those arms are going to come out to the side, right? So I don't want you to sag your chest through. I want you to bend those elbows, press those palms into those cradles. That right knee stays bent. Don't let that hip open. Keep that bent and hinge forward. Beautiful. On that exhale, press those palms in. Close those arms. Reach those palms forward. You're leaning still. Inhale, rise up off of that left heel, lifting that right heel underneath the knee. Exhale, step through. Knee is down, or off of that knee, driving that heel to the back wall. Arms are open to a Y. Good. Let's revolve, dropping that right arm down, trying not to seesaw your strap, so you're just pressing actively in and rotating through that back. Coming back to that center, arms are in a Y, pressing those palms down, using your core, high knee, right side. Pressing those palms down. Knee stays bent, heel towards glute, hips are square. Start to hinge beyond that left hip. Elbows are slightly bent. Pressing those palms into the cradles. Good. Exhale, press those palms in, use your chest. Close it through. One more time on this right side. Inhale, rise up off of that left heel. Lift that right knee high. Exhale, step it through. Exhale as you revolve. Coming back to your center. On that inhale, exhale, high knee. Good. Hinge down. Slight bend in that left knee. Slight bend in those elbows. Beautiful. Drive those right toes to the ceiling. Close it up. Inhale. Exhale. Step that right foot down. Roll that left ankle out. And let's readjust and get ready for that other side. So again, I want you leaning into those straps. You don't need to be standing upright. Coming at this at an angle will ensure the activation. You should feel it in your arms, your chest, a little bit deeper into that lower body as well. Rise up off of those heels. Inhale, left knee comes high. Drive that left heel underneath your ankle so that that left thigh is parallel to the mat. Exhale, step it out. Arms come out to a Y. Drop your knee if you feel like you need to. Broaden those arms, broaden those straps so you're in a Y and not a letter I. Or coming off of that back knee. Sitting up nice and tall, dropping that left hand back, pressing that right hand forward. Revolve that beautiful crescent lunge. Inhale, coming back to that Y. Exhale, push off. Good, keeping that left knee bent, slight bend in those arms and right knee. Start to hinge forward and then open your arms out to a T, right? So it's like a wingspan, squeezing your shoulder blades together, lowering your shoulders from your ears. Press up close. Beautiful. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, lower crescent lunge. Active posture in that upper body. Good. Lengthen through your upper body as you rotate. Gaze follows that back thumb. Coming back up to center. Pressing off. Finding your balance. Slight bend in that right knee. Open up that wingspan. Good, so actively pressing into those cradles, squeezing your shoulder blades, using your chest, hinging at your hips. You are not just dropping your chest. Good, press your hands in, close it up. One final time, inhale, rise. Exhale, step. Good, so your knee should be on top of your ankle, so always feel like you can inchworm that out to get yourself situated just right. Good, let's find that rotation. Coming back through. When you're ready, press up and in. Good, keep that knee bent, keep that heel towards your glute as you hinge. Slight bend in your right knee and your elbow, squeeze and lift. Toes reach to the sky, don't let that hip open. Pressing all the way through. Taking a step forward, coming back to face the wall. Good. Go ahead and walking towards your anchor point. Pinch both straps, and then we're going to lower it down until it's about mid-calf length. Grab both straps at the same time. I'm going to place it into my left hand. We're going to have the right foot forward, and then that left foot is going to be in those straps. So where your shoelaces go is where those straps rest. Flexing your foot will lock that in. My toes are really gently scraping the top of my yoga mat. So if you are too high off of the floor, you'll notice that maybe you don't have anything to do or anything to touch. And you'll want to make sure you do that because the modification here is to lower that knee. Right foot is in front. And then go ahead and walk your left foot out. And now you can see that those toes have completely released from the mat. I want both hands on the inside of that right foot. So heel toe your right foot out slightly and then inchworm those toes towards the top of your mat, because as you begin to press that left hip forward, you want to make sure that that knee stays on top of your ankle. Hands are inside of that knee, and then I want you to hug that right knee on the outside of that right shoulder. It stays there. They are glued together. Press your palms into the floor, taking a nice deep breath, sinking those hips, pressing that right hip back, driving that left hip forward. Maybe we press that left foot into the cradles, lifting the knee off of the mat completely. You'll feel a little bit of a deeper stretch in those hips. Beautiful. Left hand stays on the mat. Right knee glues to that right shoulder. I want you to lift your right hand off and revolve. Beautiful. Lower that right hand down. Right hand stays put. I want you to rotate your foot in that strap, in those cradles, to reach to the arch of the foot. So the cradle now becomes the arch of the foot. Your knee is not allowed to pull beyond your toes. So keep your knee stacked, pressing actively those inner thighs towards your mat. Lift your left arm. Try to stack your shoulders. Right shoulder and knee are glued together. Beautiful. Lower that hand down. Good. Drop that knee. Flexing your foot will lock that strap in a little bit more, lowering onto your forearms. And now pointing that toe, pressing the top of the foot into the floor. Don't allow that knee to fall open, squeezing your knee towards your shoulder. Finding that deep lizard lunge. Dropping that knee down. Coming up onto those hands. Taking that right foot, stepping it back. And then exchange. So right top of the foot comes into both cradles. Left foot comes to the top of your mat. Both hands on the inside of that left foot. So heel toe that left foot out just a little bit. Good. So now your left knee is glued to the outside of that left shoulder. Inchworm those toes up so that when you lean that right hip forward, your knee is still on top of the ankle. Belly button is in. Pressing your palms firmly into the mat, broadening through those collarbones. Push the top of that right foot down. Rise off of that right knee. On your exhale, sink those hips a little deeper, a little heavier into your mat. Good. That left knee stays glued to the outside shoulder. Pressing into your right hand, lifting your left hand up and rotate towards the inner thigh of that left leg. Lower your hand down. Beautiful. Grounding into that left hand. Revolve the inner foot, right? So the arch of the foot comes into the strap. Squeezing that left knee towards your left shoulder. Right hand reaches up. Extended side angle. Little bit more different, right? A little bit different here. Active posture. Squeezing your inner thigh. Left inner thigh pulls in towards your midline. Right inner thigh drives towards the floor. Lower your hand down. Top of the foot comes back onto those cradles. Drop your knee. Maybe adjusting those left toes. Lowering down onto those forearms. Knee squeezes towards that left shoulder. Maybe here, pointing that toe, pressing the top of the foot down, igniting through your quad, driving your kneecap up towards your hip, booty tight. Good. Flex that foot, lower that knee gently, come back onto those hands. Sweep that left foot back down, and then walk back towards your wall. And then slide that right foot out. Both straps down. Keep them right about that mid-calf length. Open them up. And then slide your left foot through to your ankle. Same with your right, so you'll feel the ability to seesaw, and we are going to try to prevent that. So pressing your palms down, lifting and scooting your booty back. So you'll notice your heels will rise up off of the mat. Every little bit, you shift your hips back. Flex your feet, so I want your toes and the tops of your feet to press into those handles. Active. Draw your feet in so your hips, knees, and ankles are in a straight line. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, reach through. Toes are pulling towards me. Hands are reaching towards the straps. Get a hold of those straps. Bend your elbows. Lift your chest. Keep your elbows bent. Exhale, fold. Lengthen those arms as you inhale, sit up. Bend those elbows, fold. Lengthen as you rise. Last one, exhale, fold. Feel the length through the back of the legs. Drive that chin towards your chest for a little bit more in the neck and shoulders. Beautiful. To release, keep those toes pulling towards your handles. Slightly bend your knees. Scoot your hips. Straighten your legs. Slightly bend those knees. Scoot your hips. Straighten your legs. Good. From here, keep your feet where they are, inside of those cradles. And I want you to slightly bend your knees. Find a C-shaped curve in your spine. Flex your feet. Slowly roll down. One leg at a time. Extend out. Loosen your ponytail. I want your head down without tensing or straining through your neck. Open through your chest. Hands can fall down by your hips. Hands can lift overhead, clasping at the hands or cradling at the elbows. Relax your feet. Let those legs just float. There should be no tension in your low back. If you feel tension in your low back, you need to walk your feet closer to your anchor point wall. You can even slide your hips down. Feet should be even One foot shouldn't be higher than the other, no seesawing, so nice and balanced and square. Good, making sure your back is flat, flexing your feet, and making sure your back is flat by lifting one knee, the other heel should drop down. And then rolling up off your head, neck, or shoulders, sliding that foot out, lowering one foot, and then that other foot can slide right out. Keeping your knees bent, hands down or overhead. Stay here as long as you need. Try to think about physically relaxing your forehead, your temples, your jaw, your neck, your shoulders, your chest, your hands, your fingers. Nice even flow in those lungs. Rib cage expanded, hips relaxed and settled. Knees, ankles, thighs.